Self-assignment is very common in programming. We are constantly using single variables to keep track of changing values, and it's very common for those changing values to be based in some way on the current values of those variables. Counting, incrementing, tracking a balance, measuring lag time, and lots of other tasks will involve self-assignment. So most languages, Python included, actually supply a little shortcut. You never need to use this shortcut because the methods we talked about before will always work, but these tasks are common enough that simplifying them can be a bit helpful. All of these shortcuts work pretty much the same way. You take the variable whose value you want to update, you put the operation you want to use, then the equal sign, the assignment operator, and then the value you want to use to change that variable. That value will then be added, or whatever operator you use, to the original variable, and the result will become the new value of the original variable. So this line, mynum plus equals 1, is the equivalent of mynum equals mynum plus 1. This method basically collapses down the equals, the variable name, and the operator down just into that shortcut operator, plus equals. So running this code, line 2 creates the variable mynum and gives it the value 5. Line 4 prints it, and sure enough we see its current value is 5, as we expected. Line 6 adds 1 to mynum. Mynum plus equals 1 means add 1 to mynum. Line 7 prints the result, which as we expect is 6. Line 9 does the same thing again, and line 10 prints another expected result, 7, same as before. And again, we can use this with larger numbers too. Mynum plus equals 5 means add 5 to mynum and set the result equal to mynum. And so line 13 prints 12, just as we expect. The original value of mynum was 7 when this line first ran, and this basically says take 5, add it to 7, and set the result equal to mynum. And as before, all of these shortcuts work. This shortcut mechanism works for every single mathematical operator we've talked about. We just saw addition, but it works for subtraction, multiplication, floor division, exponentiation, modulus, and regular division. Note that the result of this code was exactly the same as the result of our previous code. Sometimes these shortcuts even work for those strange non-mathematical applications of these mathematical operators. For example, strings use a plus sign to put multiple strings together. We saw that once before. So similarly, we can use the same shortcut to add something to an existing string, to add some letters, to add some characters to the end of an existing string. So this code creates a variable named myString and gives it the value hello world. If we printed it right now, we would just see hello world with no exclamation point. Then, line 5 sets the value of myString equal to myString plus the exclamation point character. And so when we print myString on line 6, the result is hello world with that exclamation point. Line 5 added the exclamation point to the end of myString. It was the same as writing myString equals myString plus exclamation point, which would also take that exclamation point and put it on the end of myString.